What's up, guys? Finally decided to do another video. It's been a while. I'll do a little update on what I'm doing. Thought I'd start with this one. I'll start with my Integra. This just came in the mail today. I got my new shift knob. It's a bootleg. You could tell because the goddamn sticker does not look right, but whatever. That and mention. It's like a replica of the Type R shifter, but it's a 5-speed instead of a 6-speed. That's how you can tell. It's probably not legit, but feels good. Whatever. And then also got this in the mail. It's my new valve cover, replica Mugen. Because they didn't come Type R red, that's for damn sure, but whatever. Still cheaper than buying a new valve cover. It's not too bad. It's pretty sick, But the wrinkle, I mean, it's good. I mean, I don't know. It's got little flaws in it, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's clean. I need to clean it really well because it's got some gunk underneath it. But it's brand new. So it's pretty sick. It's gonna look sick on my Integra. What else did I do? Oh, I finally got the rear subframe brace in. Got skunk 2 lower control arms, ASR bar, and a little tie bar. It's pretty sick. I finally got the eBay springs off of it. I got TNs, lowering springs on it. Kind of wish the back was a little bit lower, but it's got like a nice little race car stance to it. A little track boy stance. But yeah, it rides a hell of a lot better. I'm still riding on those cheap ass struts though. Yeah, I just wish the rear was like a little bit lower. But it's not bad. Then I picked up this hoopty. It's a 98 Acura RL with the big boy V6 in it. .5 liter. Pretty sick. Got it for like a stupid cheap price. I haven't really decided what the hell I want to do with it yet. I got the interior like halfway out. I was cleaning it. So I still gotta put the passenger seat back in it. But yeah, it's a big ass car. Big ass car. I'm decided if I want to make it like a daily. Cause I kind of want to take my Integra off the road and paint it, do body work, fix the hood, all that shit. So I might daily this during the winter. I don't know. I got to do a lot of work to it though, so kind of on the fence with fixing this thing. I mean, the body's not too bad. I paid like $75 for the car. And then I put like a ball joint and axle in it to get it home because the wheel literally fell off the car. That's why this fender is all fucked up. The ball joint, the lower ball joint broke, and this wheel was like fucked up. So I still gotta do upper ball joints, lower ball joints, and I gotta do rear lower ball joints. I gotta either put a steering rack in it or put new bushings in it. I think I'm just gonna put new bushings in it because the steering rack is like twice the value of this car. It's like $500 for a steering rack. Really not trying to do that. I gotta fix the driver's side window. It's gonna need a regulator. It's got like 274,000 miles on it. I mean, the motor runs mint, shifts mint. So I'm kind of on the fence of fixing it. Kind of want to get some, I was reading online, you can put TL coilovers on it. You can make them fit. So I kind of want to put coilovers on it, maybe some Type S wheels. Do like a little stance car. Stance daily. Just make it like, handle good, I guess. Make like a cruiser out of it. I don't know. Unless somebody buys it. I've been trying to sell it. Somebody gives me like an offer for it. That's not like scrap value, I might do it. If not, I'm just gonna keep it. The Civic, I started taking it apart. It's so much easier when you have a quick release front end. When I put the core support in, I never welded it, so it's only got like 2, 4, 6 bolts holding it in. Take these 2 bolts out, these 2. This one, and the one over there on top of that fender. and it comes off. You got the whole core support comes off, which is pretty sick. So I'm almost ready to come out. I got the harness all disconnected. Bunch of bullshit. I need to finish taking this headlight harness out. I'm trying to pull everything out so I can pressure wash it, clean the frame rails up because they're disgusting, and yeah, and then I can start mocking up my H stuff. Oh yeah, and I picked up this. I got a full H22 A4. I traded one of my single cams for it. I had like a spare B7 I got for free and a transmission, so I traded in the transmission, the D15 B7, and it gave me this. So it's got a skunk 2 intake manifold, which is sick. Like, these runners are so fucking big on a H series. It's insane to me. It's got like this wood grain wrap to it. It's like hydro dipped, I think. Which is kind of sick, but it doesn't really match anything I have, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that or not. It's pretty much just, he said it was a stock motor, which it is pretty much. Other than it's got the 1320 balance shaft elite kit. And yeah, which is pretty sick. So I think my plan is, I'm not ditching the G23 build. I'm still gonna build that motor on the side. My plan is to do kind of like a light rebuild, because I don't know. He said the motor's good. It came out of like a crash prelude. He's gonna put it in a Civic, but I guess he ran out of funds to do it. I don't know. I just noticed that some of the fucking exhaust ports are kind of oily, so it probably burned oil a little bit. So I think I'm gonna put new rings in it, bearings, and that's about it. I'm not gonna go like overboard on this motor, just because I want to save my money and put the money into the other motor. I did buy a trans from him. He had a H22 trans of the Prelude. It's over there. Took it apart. Unfortunately, it had some issues too, which he knew. He told me, so it's cool. I didn't give him that much money for it, so whatever. I kind of bought it on a bet, you know, kind of on a gamble. I figured I could at least use the parts off of it, which I can. So my plan is, this is the trans that came out of the Accord that I used for a donor car. The gear set, everything's good in this trans, I know because I drove it. But unfortunately the case will not bolt up to my H22 mounts. So I'm going to swap the outer case for the Prelude case. And it should work. I mean, I kind of took them apart next to each other, see what the differences are. The outer case seems to be a little bit more, not as big, I guess. Like, you'll see like certain spots like have more metal than this one does, but the shape's the same. The bearings look the same size, other than the main shaft bearing is smaller in the Accord trans. At least this one is, the 1990s. So I couldn't use the H22 final drive, which is what I wanted to do, but whatever. So I'm just gonna use my 1990 EX Accord gear set, the bottom piece, and I'm just going to put the H22 piece on top. What sucks is that trans came with an LSD, so I was kind of excited about that, but the teeth are kind of banged up, so I don't know if it's even any good. I don't think it'll hold an axle. I think the axles will just flop around like crazy. So yeah, I mean, the only thing I've noticed so far, at least with the skunk 2 manifold, it's kind of cool, is the idle air control valves on the back side instead of on the front side. So it's kind of closer to where it would be in a Civic. I'm hoping it won't hit the firewall, because this manifold does stick out pretty damn far from the engine. So, I don't know. Whatever. And also my fuel system on a Civic, it comes around this way and then goes back to the tank. On a Prelude, it's the opposite. So I don't know if I'm going to relocate my filter, because the manifold's going to be like right here. So I don't know. I guess I'm going to not delete the filter, but relocate it, get different fuel lines, and make it come around the other way. I don't think I can just tuck it up underneath the manifold or something. I kind of want to paint the bay. Oh, Jesus Christ, Fender. I'm trying to paint the, I kind of want to paint the bay, you know, leave the car looking like a hoopty, but like make the engine bay like sick. But I don't know. I don't know if I got the patience for that. Maybe tuck some wires, like the headlight harness or something. I got it out. It's the old D16. had a good run. So now I still gotta take out the shift linkage. I gotta take the exhaust off because it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to make like an exhaust for it. And yeah, I'm gonna take all this shit out. The evap shit and power steering lines, harness, mounts. Put my H mounts on it. See if they fit. I got the mounts in. Just want to test fit them, make sure they fit. This one fits pretty good for the transmission. Driver's side mounts bolted on. The rear mount fits. Only problem is I'm gonna have to get a longer bolt because it's like spaced up a little bit. Make it level, I guess. So whatever. They fit, so it's good, I guess. I mean, they seem like they have some slop in them because I think you're supposed to leave them loose until you get the engine in the car, so you can, you know, move them around, get them nice and lined up. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I got stand up on the engine stand. Well, no, I got the engine on the engine stand. Got shift linkage out, half the exhaust, a little charcoal canister evap thingy, I don't know what that's called. Rip that out. Loop the power steering line, which I think that might be in the way, but whatever, we'll let it eat. So, engine bay is pretty much somewhat ready to go. I'm not gonna do it tonight, but I'm gonna push it outside, hose all that shit out. Hopefully it turns white again. I was looking to see how my prelude shifter is gonna fit. I got a prelude shifter from that guy, and it's got like this janky like short shifter thing on it, and I'm probably gonna take that off because that shit does not look like it would work, but whatever. I'm gonna have to cut like a lot to make it fit, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to cut too much because in case I want to put a B series or a D series back in this thing, I can, but I don't know. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and send it, I guess. So I'm gonna start taking this engine apart, and I'll check in along the way, I guess. And I got pretty much stripped down, well, the head off at least. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, as you can tell, how the H22's got these weird sleeves. They're like a weird aluminum color compared to like usually, but there's no scratches in them and nothing, so I think I might be able to throw it back together and it should be okay when it rings. It's not too bad. I mean, there's some carbon buildup, but nothing like retarded. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I don't see any weird wear. The cams had some weird little wear to them. We can see where the paint's starting to come off in certain spots. I don't know. I don't think the cam caps were tightened correctly. They're pretty tight, and some weren't that tight. So, I don't know. Whatever. It's good enough to be a race car motor, I guess. I mean, I'm not really going for reliability. I just want to take it out and beat the shit out of it once in a while. I'm not going to be dailying this damn thing, because that's the daily. So yeah, I'm going to flip it upside down, take the oil pan off, and pull the pistons out, and yeah, so let's do this. I got it all stripped down. Let's see if I can get it on camera. The piston walls are like scraped the fuck, unfortunately. I mean, I can kind of feel it with my nail, so I don't know. A little suspect. So, but I got it all stripped down. The oil pump didn't even have like a gasket on it. Like, he didn't even redo it, so that probably would have leaked. So I'm kind of glad I took it all apart. Kind of questioning if the balance shaft was installed correctly, the bleed kit. So I'm gonna have to like look into it and see what you have to do it, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be plugs in the bottom of the block, and there isn't. I'm soaking the pistons. This is the best way to do it. I mean, it takes a little while. Unfortunately, I can only do 2 at a time because These pistons are so damn big, and but it makes them look new. I took all the rings off and shit, so I don't know. I don't know if it's even worth rebuilding. I mean, I know you're not supposed to hone it, but I might try and just see what happens, to be honest with you. Like, this one's really bad. Yeah. I mean, I was reading the owner's manual, the official shop book, and it says you can hone it. You gotta use like a special honer. So, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna try. I mean, I've seen people do it, so I don't know, whatever. Put the trans back together. It's kind of a bitch. This is the Accord bell housing from a 90, and this is the H22 back half, and it seemed to all fit together. I guess we'll know when I put it in the car. I mean, it feels like, you know, it goes in all the gears. So, I don't know. It might work, I guess. A little suspect. But this is my main concern. This is a stupid cylinder wall being all scratched to fuck. And also the balance shaft delete. Seems a little suspect. Because it seems like you kind of like... get the light. I don't know if I can catch this. Like where the bearing used to be, it's all like beat to fuck. So, I don't know. Whatever. Like right there. It's like all fucked up, but. So I need to do some research, see what's needs to be done to do the balance shaft delete, and figure out what I'm missing, or maybe it is done correctly. Because I don't want to fire this thing up not having no oil pressure. Because it's a little suspect. So, we'll go ahead and call it a night. Got a lot accomplished. So I'm gonna order, I don't know, I'm gonna do some research, see if it's even worth fixing this. If it is, I'm gonna order the like rebuild kit or whatever, some rings, some bearings, and throw it all back together. But if it's not worth it, then I'm gonna use this head, because it actually is a decent head. It's pretty clean. And then I'm just gonna continue on to the G23. Just get pistons for that bad boy and just fucking rebuild it. So, whatever. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.